What's going on, weirdos? It's your man Shane Kid Walker here with yet another video for Hollyweird TV. This week, we're going to take a bit of a break from the norm as we here at Hollyweird TV like to discuss personal issues that some of you may face. With that being said, it is obvious that infidelity in relationships happen. It is an unfortunate event that leaves one person heartbroken and the other person with no idea of what to do next. As a person that has been on both sides of the fence in my life, I'm here to offer advice as to how to get over someone committing the ultimate betrayal. For this special edition of Hollyweird TV, the creative geniuses decided not to write me a script and instead let me speak from the heart. If you're a pro wrestling insider, this is a shoot and not a work. As always here at Hollyweird TV, we left timestamps in the description below so that you, the viewer, can skip ahead and control the video as you see fit. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 10. Address the situation. Okay, people, this part is not the easiest thing to do, which is why we ranked it at number 10, because of the difficulty. Here's what makes it so difficult. If someone cheats on someone they love, it is not simple for them to go to them and say, hey, I made a mistake, I slept with someone else, or I went on a date with someone else, or even I'm mentally seeing someone else. That's not easy. It is difficult, okay? But it's one of the things that has to be done, okay? The first step of recovery in a relationship after someone committed infidelity is to be honest and tell the person you're with, hey, I screwed up, I messed up, can we talk about it? Which leads me to number 9, communication. Okay, so here's a fast. Take, for example, you're meeting the person for the first time, okay? Everything's all peachy and cream. Everything's smooth sailing. Everything is warm and cuddly and fun, and you guys understand each other. What you're doing when you first get with the person, you're communicating. Now, let's say you're 3 to 6 months in. Somehow, some way, communication gets lost, okay? And then from there, this person that you're with, they decide, okay, I'm not communicating with this person. Maybe I should communicate with someone else, okay? That's the most important part of a relationship, communicating. Communicate these feelings of being avoided, of being alone, of being misunderstood after a while, because it happens. It happens. You're not going to be understood all the time. So you have to tell the person that I don't think you get what's going on with me right now. You know, that's another way to avoid infidelity. And on top of all of that, that's another way to keep what's already building a lot stronger in the long run. Number 8, comprehension. Okay, now let's go back to communication just for a second. How it's the most important part of a relationship. Okay, now what's communication without its counterpart, comprehension? All right, a person could speak as much as they want, or at least until they're blue in the face. None of that's going to matter if your partner is not comprehending. Okay, you know the phrase, okay, if you're not going to talk to me, someone else will. Okay, listen, communicate why the infidelity happened, and the person that you're communicating it to has to comprehend. Okay, we all make mistakes. All right, none of us are perfect. None of us are God. None of us are these immortal beings. Okay, we're mortals that make everyday mistakes, and this is one of those everyday mistakes. Number 7, the cheater must accept their mistake. Okay, listen, to those out there who committed adultery, who committed infidelity in a relationship, listen, you are the villain in this story, okay? You are the bad guy. No matter how justifiable the action is, you are the villain. You are the bad guy, and that's okay. That's okay. If you even look in comic books, DC comic books or Marvel comic books, the bad guy has a justifiable reason as to why they do what they do. Okay, but they admit that they do wrong. They admit that they're not the most upstanding people to the nation. Okay, you have to admit in this situation that you are a Wilson Fisk, or that you are a Craven, or that you are a Dr. Osborne. You have to admit it, and you have to accept that role. And it is up to you to fix it. It is up to you to earn the absolution from your partner. Okay? It is up to you to make sure that your partner forgives you. All right? You have to put that effort forth, no matter the situation. Number 6, the cheatee must accept their role. Okay, now let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Again, a cheater, 9 times out of 10, needs a reason. The cheatee has to accept their role in what happened. Not saying that they're totally wrong or totally right in a situation, but sometimes they play a bigger role than what they project. Naturally, they feel victimized. Naturally, they feel like they're backed into a corner. Naturally, their heart is broken. Naturally, they are hurt, and that's okay. It's okay to have those feelings of being hurt. It's okay to have those feelings of betrayal. But they also have to realize maybe it is something that they have done, or on the whole didn't do, to keep the person satisfied, to keep the person in the loop, to keep the person invested into the relationship. Number 5, find the deeper issue. Okay, look people, when someone does something like commit infidelity or commit adultery, sometimes it's a deeper issue within them, okay, or within the relationship on a whole. Now, let's kind of get personal just for a second. Some people in their past experience something traumatic, finding a deeper issue. Something within them is unsettled, okay? Now, you can do one or two things with that. You could either let the person go or be there for them and help them find what's going on, okay? Number 4, heal. Now, this may sound easy, but just like everything else on this list, it's not easy at all, okay? Healing comes with its own time factor and benefactor for that matter. Here's what you should do in order to heal. Again, communicate, comprehend, find a deeper issue. The cheater must accept that they're the villain. The cheatee must accept their role. That's the basis of healing. And the thing about that is people try and rush into the whole healing process. No, that's not easy, okay? If you rush into it, it's like you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Don't rush getting over something. You see what I'm saying? Let it hurt. Let it sting for a while. That way you know what not to do next time, okay? Then once you feel like, okay, that's enough, it's time for me to move on, this, that, and the third, then do it. Do it. Heal yourself. Don't put a time frame on healing, okay? Because we're all different. We're all different people. Yes, we are warm-blooded mammals, absolutely. But we all think differently, okay? We all process trauma and pain like this differently. Find what works for you. Whatever that may be, it could be shooting hoops or going out playing football with your friends or playing a video game or writing music or whatever. If it works for you, use that as a mechanism to cope with what happened. That way you can start the healing process. Number 3, forgive. Ladies and gentlemen, weirdos, everyone out there, this is something that we all have to do. We have to forgive, okay? None of us are immune to that. We have to have a level of forgiveness within our heart, okay? After the person that committed this unthinkable betrayal, let it hurt. Let it sting you a little bit, okay? And then once you get past it, once you've got to that point where you begin to heal, you have to forgive that person in order to further heal, okay? So, how does forgiveness work? How does it work? Okay, it's all in your heart, all right? You could say all you want, especially in your mind, that you forgive someone. But until you mean it in your heart, it doesn't matter, okay? Because sometimes your mind plays tricks on you, okay? Your mind's going to tell you things that it shouldn't say. It's going to tell you things that may not seem real sometimes. But sometimes your heart tells you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, okay? So once you forgive a person within your heart, you've forgiven them. You have to forgive this person for what they've done, okay? They made a mistake. Don't hold it over their head. Don't be that guy. Don't turn yourself into the villain by holding this over their head. Because even though you may feel like they deserve it, some people don't. Some people don't. Some people just genuinely made a mistake. Number 2, move on. Okay, now this could have 1 or 2 different meanings. Number 1, it means leave the relationship. Okay, now that in itself requires a certain level of courage. It takes courage to leave a relationship. Okay, it takes courage to admit that you lost. It takes courage to face the person on a day-to-day basis that you betrayed. Okay, it takes a lot of guts to do that. All right, moving on, especially from the relationship, takes courage. You are a courageous person if you leave. And I will give you all that. And anyone that's listening to this video, that's watching these images in the Ken Burns, you guys are courageous. I take my hat off to you 100%. Also, the flip side of that is move on, but stay with the person. And what that means is move on from the situation. Let it go. It happened. It's the past. Take it with a Coke and smile. Okay, I lost. You won. And tell the person that even though this is screwed up, this is messed up, I want to move on from the situation, but I want to be with you. Wipe the slate clean. No one is perfect. Again, no one is perfect. And finally, number 1, figure it out, making it work. Guys, again, just like it takes courage to leave the relationship, it takes even more courage to stay in the relationship. Okay, a person cheats. This is what this video is all about. Getting over someone cheating. Okay, if you stay in the relationship, and this is why this is ranked number 1, because most people do number 2. They leave. Okay, they leave. Their parents get into them, their friends get into them, the situation has gotten to them. They're not courageous enough to make it work. If you figure it out and make it work with the person that you say you love, you are a real winner. You are the real MVP in the eyes of Hollyweird TV and in the eyes of Fantastic Productions. You won. You have the ultimate prize. You have pride and you have dignity. You stuck around with a person who betrayed you and you figured it out and you two made it work together. Leaving is easier than staying. Okay? Again, both of them take a level of courage. Don't get me wrong. But if you stay, you're that much more important, at least in my opinion. Okay? That's just how I look at things like that. Cheating is never okay. Okay? It's never fine. But if you stay with the person that you love and you're willing to get past it, then you are an automatic winner. You won. You won the day. All right? Do you all agree? If so, or if not, please tell us about it in the comment section below. If you have any ideas on what we should do next, by all means, leave your recommendations in the comment section too. Yeah, we actually read those and we give the recommenders a shout out. Next week on Hollyweird TV, we're going to take a break from the countdown format of the show and introduce a new segment called Getting Personal with SKW, How I'm Coping with COVID-19. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that dang bell to get all of our notifications. Until then, remember, Hollywood is a weird place. I'm your man Shane Kid Walker, and this is Hollyweird TV.